Fight number 3 of the night about to get underway, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the amateur ranks at 145 pounds. Pate in the purple shorts and the white and black for Wallace.
Both guys coming out throwing straight.
And great exchange from both guys here as we open up fight number 4.
Nice level change.
Yeah, very impressive.
Jordan Pate with great timing, timed Wallace stepping in for a punch and double legs him to his back.
Holding on to that side control, trying to gain that dominant position, get secure in it.
Blane Wallace doing a good job trying to stay mobile.
Wallace last fight kind of started a bit slow before he rallied in round 3, so he's certainly a guy that can rally through a fight.
That's a big thing in the amateurs. You know, a lot of these guys are still fresh to it, and the experience there, that adrenaline gets them. And the amateurs that are able to just kind of keep their composure seem to do a lot better. Those are the guys who are...
Impressive job using the cage there to get up.
Nice.
Blane Wallace just kind of exploding in that moment, grabbing the underhook and was able to build back to his feet.
Just biding his time on his back till he took his opportunity.
You can really tell that Jordan Pate has a wrestling background. Look how hard he's digging this wizard with his right arm, doing a good job of controlling the hips.
The kid's built, you know, he's built like a wrestler. You know, you
up.
can see what they look like. See them coming.
I think Mr. Wallace would do well here to separate, create space, and get back to the striking realm.
Pate trying to keep the fight at his range. Obviously wants to keep the fight on the ground. Wallace is definitely getting the better of him in the stand-up exchanges.
Pretty good strength here from Pate. He's well in control up against the cage, looking for the takedown now.
Has his hands together,
How much
sells
energy
out.
is he expending trying to fight for that takedown is the question.
Blane doing a good job of keeping his hips squared up, even through. Pate really had to muscle him through right there. Something that Pate's doing is he's putting his head in a really bad spot here. He needs to keep his posture a little better so he can complete these takedowns.
Head position. Still keeping the pressure on the cage.
Pate was able to muscle down that last takedown attempt, but as you could see, Blane doing a good job, popped right back into position.
That's right, he was ready for it. One of the things you see these guys that just don't give up on those takedowns. See how long Pate's able to keep this pace. It's physically exhausting to try and take somebody down.
Final 10 seconds, there's a good right as they break the exchange from Wallace.
Ooh, good jab from Wallace. He's got him hurt with the jab. Oh, and Pate ties up again at the end of the round.
Nice fight.
Yeah.
Good action.
That was. I'd have to give, it's hard to decide, you know. Pate was controlling more of the fight, but was he being effective?
I think Wallace scored the bigger punches. If I was in the judge's seat here, I think I would give it to Wallace just because he was more effective with the strikes.
Control to Pate, punches to Wallace, kind of an evenly matched first round there.
Hey man, at the end of the day, I'm always going to look at what the other guy's face looks like.
Yeah,
you know,
fair.
You catch those shots and you got the guy hurt. You know, this isn't boxing. They don't do standing 8 counts.
Well, we've already had 2 great fights tonight, both of them ending. We had a submission and a KO, so things looking pretty good here so far for Rite of Passage 8, live from the Horseshoe Casino in Bossier City, Louisiana.
I expect we'll see Pate come out here and try and keep the pressure on him, try and keep the distance close. Wallace just seems to be teeing off from range here. He just needs a little more time to work. What's up, man? How are you?
You know, a spot here, you obviously have Pate in the ring for maybe his first time, and Wallace does have a bit of experience to draw on from his last fight. So he's in a very similar situation to this one.
Pate really chunking hard punches, trying to set up those takedowns.
He got it.
There he goes. He fought for it.
Something that's pretty common for these guys who wrestle, they know how to keep a pace. Wrestling is a really hard thing to do, and if you've ever been to wrestling practice, you know why these guys are in shape.
Grind, man. That's the difference in wrestlers and other people. They want to break you mentally.
Even as the last round ended, it looked to me that Pate was the one who was more tired. You could kind of see his legs were heavy, but these guys recover quickly, and he's back out here pushing a pace.
Wallace is keeping his composure, even though Pate's keeping the pace on him hard. He seems to be fairly calm.
Agreed. Wallace is a competitor.
Just getting back to his feet here, watching for that knee, dropping back down to 3 points of contact.
Pate being grimy, you can see that wrestling coming into play. He's keeping his chest pressure on him nicely, making him carry every ounce of his weight. Takes the back.
Here. Wallace takes opportunity to stand up, going to scrape him off on the cage here.
In this position, Wallace has to get his hands separated. If his hands are separated, he can't be held down.
Take down there. Looking for the back.
Pate also dragging him down, you know, and not expending much energy as he did it. Not having to lift.
To get to that top position here. Gets him off the back. Ooh, Pate, the wrestler, sticking to the top position. Man, this is almost like a Clay Guida style here. You know, just smother.
Pate scrambling in the back. Now he's got a body triangle in position. This is a tough position to escape.
Yeah, he's trying to get that choke in.
Especially with a minute left.
Wallace doing a good job putting the triangle foot on the mat. Let's see if he knows how to.
He needs to scoop over the top of that and put pressure on that ankle.
Typically, the pressure on the ankle will make people release the body triangle here.
He's got the foot hook. He needs to get that foot out from behind his leg. Pate here with the dominant position. This is where he needs to try and catch his breath here.
Trying to score some points right here. He's obviously been in control this entire round.
Yeah, I don't see him finishing Wallace from here, but definitely a good time to score your points and then keep the pressure on him and catch your breath a little bit. He does not seem to be slowing down at all.
No, not at all.
He's looking for that finish with 10 seconds left. Let's see if Wallace can weather the storm.
Very strong round right here by Jordan Pate.
Oh, he's not under that chin there. There we go.
No, but from start to finish right there in round number 2, he was firmly in control. Got to feel pretty good after 2 rounds here for Jordan Pate.
The ninja kick off the back, showing he's still got a little energy there.
Pate fighting out of Brazos Valley MMA. Blane Wallace with Team 515. A pair of Texas guys going heads up right here. What are you saying right now in the corner for Wallace? Obviously that round did not go his way. What are some of the things you're trying to get into his head here?
He needs to pick his punches a little bit. He got carried away in the exchange of throwing and just throwing to throw, and he got his hands over the top of his hips a little too much, and that's exactly what Pate wanted. He was able to shoot in, and then he controlled the fight from there. You know, if he just doesn't get carried away and he keeps his range, that's what I would be telling him as a cornerman right now, because he's winning in the stand-up.
Pate's wrestling, he showed it off every time they've got into the clinch so far. He's been dominant in the second round. May have done enough to win that first round as well. He could be ahead 2-0 right here. It's possible.
Possible. Depends on, you know, how the judges are refereeing tonight. You know, depends on what judge is looking at and then the angle they're seeing it from.
Well, here we go, round number 3. 3 minutes away from declaring a winner here in fight number 3 of the night. Again, immediately looking for a takedown. He's going to get it right there with the single leg.
Wallace looking to get up.
Yeah, great job there by Wallace to rally, but he's back down. And that wrestling.
Wallace into the mount here. Let's see if he takes the back. He needs to take this opportunity to just get up.
This is how he finished the last fight. He finished in the triangle in the 3rd round. He's looking for it again.
Setting that triangle up, pulling that leg through.
Could it be
deja vu? That's deep. That's deep. See if he can finish. At least get top position and finish with the strikes here. Trying to catch. He doesn't have it locked in all the way.
You can tell Pace is kind of riding this out at the moment.
He needs to sit up and punch. He needs to sit up and strike. A lot of times you can punch that guy into giving you that arm.
Yeah, that's an interesting position he's got him in here.
He can even grab that arm and then turn it into an arm bar over the back of the leg like Dustin Poirier against Max Holloway back in the day.
2 minutes left here. Let's see.
It's getting tighter as the more he flips.
Oh, now he's going for the arm bar. He's got it.
He says he's good with the thumbs up. He says he's good with the thumbs up.
Got to crank on that a little bit more right here.
He needs to get back to that triangle.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pate's really comfortable in this position, though. weathering the storm.
And these wrestlers.
Oh, he's got him now, though. He's got him now.
Man, that was impressive. Blane Wallace.
Blane
hanging in
Wallace.
there to win. Woo! That was a good fight.
Man,
That was a good fight.
twice now in Blane Wallace MMA is an amateur career. He's been behind going into the third round, and he has won via the submission in round number 3. What a hell of a finish and a comeback right there for Blane Wallace.
I'm telling you, I said it before, a lot of times with these amateurs, it's about who can keep their composure. You know, Pate got a little carried away right there at the end and gave up that armbar.
Yeah.
Man, hell of a fight.
That was a very, very good fight, evenly matched throughout, but in the end, it's Blane Wallace.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stoppage to the action at 1 minute 22 seconds in the third and final round, declaring your winner, Blane Wallace.
Blane Wallace getting a well-deserved cheer there from the crowd. What an impressive job from the Team 515 product to rally back there in the third round to grab his second amateur victory inside the octagon.